This investment was announced in Montreal today in front of the COP15 audience by the Prime Minister as well as the Environment Minister, along with the statement that biodiversity can only be preserved with the participation of Indigenous leadership. Dallas Smith, president of the Nanwakolas Council, comprised of 6 member nations in BC, shared his thoughts on the strong statement being a big step in the right direction.
Today's announcement showed me that we've been on the right path. With the work we've done in the Great Bear Rainforest over the last 20 years, we've really taken a conflict and we've taken our community's values and we've brought them forward. And we're happy to see the Prime Minister acknowledge that today. And we look forward to continue working with all the user groups within our territories to find that more balanced, sustainable future that we need.
Smith shares in his elation and excitement with a mindset of caution, as while $800 million sounds like a lot, there are many areas that require attention to minute details.
But we got to understand that this is going to be shared between, 40 some odd different communities that were part of the announcement today. And for specifically us in the Great Bear Sea, we have 17 different communities that are going to be working in perpetuity thanks to this announcement today.
Communities that not only need funding for conservation, but for sustaining life in these territories, as Smith explains, are often remote.
We really hope to continue to invest in a conservation economy. Through the terrestrial part of the Great Bear Rainforest, we found ourselves in a position where we're trying to work to other people's needs. And over that time, we've established what our communities need. And we figured out that we need stewardship programs both out there to protect our territories, but also to watch over the sustainable development of areas that we agree to in our territory. So we really see the core of this funding going towards future stewardship initiatives that are both going to enable further protection and make sure that development is going to be more sustainable.
But it's not just conservation on land that this investment will impact.
It was an important strategy for us anyway, that we would, identify areas within our territory where no one else would be accessing it for any commercial or recreational purposes, but only for subsistence purposes for Haystack people. And that's one of the reasons why we like the idea of marine protected areas.
We've identified specific areas that are set aside with certain protections that only allow uses for haidas to get in there and harvest specific species. So that's going to be key for our future generations to have the opportunity to get out and harvest what's there set aside for us.
The federal and provincial governments, along with First Nations, will aim to have the network in place by 2025.